gasoline. Got a little bit of gasoline.
Going into the playoffs, you don't want to overdo it. But yeah, you got to win games. But the thing is, they could win. They're now their quarterback could win them a game. Like Tannehill's proven that he could
Yeah,
win them a game.
he's been good this season. He's been
been
a
good.
good quarterback. Yeah, good
The
QB.
only reason I don't see any let up is because of when I look at the AFC and I look at the positioning of the teams, the 7 teams that are going to make the playoffs, from the 4th seed through the 9th seed, it is a very, very tight window of opportunity. You talk about teams going from 9-4 to 7-6 with 3 games left. Anything could happen. They don't have any room to take their foot off the gas.
Right.
Unfortunately, like you gotta, every one of these games that they're gonna have left, they're gonna have to play. It's not going to be a situation where it's going to be a cakewalk. I don't think, because they got some games in front of them that pretty much at this point are must wins. Titans, Packers, and Texans. You can't afford to lose 2 games right now.
Yeah, and the biggest issue with the AFC is you can have a really, really good record and still miss the playoffs. Completely miss, like not just get
That's
wild
crazy.
card, not just like end up as a wild card, but like miss the playoffs.
It also depends on what the Colts do too, because if the Colts take some L's down the stretch, all they got to do is win their division. So, and if the Colts keep winning and put that pressure on them, then yeah, they got to win out. But if the Colts shit the bed and start losing some games and they winning some games, they may have a little cushion. But you're right. Right now, it is tight. There's like what? If you look at the
listen to this, Vic. You got the Colts. They got the Texans this week.
Yep.
You got the Steelers the week after that, and they finish up against the Jaguars.
So do you think it's more likely that the Colts have more wins against the Texans, Steelers, and Jags, or do the Titans have more wins against the Lions, Packers, and Texans?
I think Indianapolis has a chance to go undefeated.
Yeah. You think Indy can beat the Steelers?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll take that. Yeah, that'll be a good matchup. I don't know.
Where do
I
they
can't say
play?
absolutely. Yeah, I can't say absolutely.
Where do they play the Packers? Are they playing at Green Bay?
You talking about Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look.
That game is.
They play in Green Bay, so
Yeah,
they play at home against the Lions, in Green Bay, and in Houston.
So the Titans have 1 home game left against the Lions this week.
Houston don't fucking count.
So why do you guys think
Houston don't count.
that the Colts can beat the Steelers? If you think about it, that's major, because that throws the AFC in more of a tizzy, because you also have the AFC North, where the Steelers and the Browns and the Ravens are, at each other's neck.
Hey, listen, it's very possible the Steelers could fucking finish 0-3.
Well, they've already gotten a playoff berth, right? So they've won enough games. I think they've secured a playoff berth, so they at least got in. But
yeah, ain't nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, but they could
fuck
potentially
around and
not win
have
the
a home
division.
game first. Yeah, they can fuck around and not have a home game first. Kind of like what you were saying, like they wouldn't miss the playoffs, but they could be an 11-win team.
And that's important. They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to get. Hey, remember when we said, what was it, last week? What'll happen first, or 2 weeks ago? The Steelers lose or the Jets win.
Yeah.
And I told you, motherfuckers, the Steelers are gonna lose at least 2 games.
You did, yeah.
So call this shit, and they will. And they lost to Washington. Now they're gonna. I think it absolutely lose to the Colts. The Colts are a fucking good team, man.
Steelers have no run game. They completely lost their run game.
Completely lost the run game.
Yeah, they can't win like that. They can't win like that.
They had Now we want to talk injuries. They had some key injuries on their
Yeah.
team. Both of their middle linebackers. That's gonna kill you at the end of the day.
It catches up.
That type of shit catch up to you, especially going into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's big.
Man, imagine
But
being Pittsburgh catching a fucking game with the Titans. Without fucking Bud Dupree and the other linebacker that they lost. Then they lost number 41 this past week with a knee injury.
Who's 41?
I forget, but 41 was the backup for Dupree, I believe. So it's like, yo, they skating on thin ice. I know somebody was joking, but somebody said they ought to reach out to James Harrison. Shit, might be time.
Well, they lost, so they lost to the Bills. Are the Bills that good, or is it that the Steelers are just, going downhill fast?
I said this early in the season when we were talking about the Bills, how disappointed I was with them because they never put together a statement game. They finally got a statement game. So I think they made a statement. They got to capitalize on it, though. They can't get complacent. And they gotta keep feeding that quarterback because he's the engine that really makes them move.
I think at 10-3, I still don't trust him for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still that way too. I'm just like,
Even though your ex-boy been balling out, Beasley, he been showing out for them. He's been a good slot receiver.
They finished the season at Denver, at New England, and at home against the Dolphins. And they're likely going to win that division either way.
Yeah, I'm just talking about playoff wise. I don't. Yeah, they'll continue to win the regular season
unless old Cam got a trick up his sleeve.
I'll tell you what. No, you don't.
I trust the Steelers more than I do the Bills.
I don't think.
I felt that way earlier. My bad, D.
No, go ahead.
But I don't know, man. The NFL is about quarterback play, and let me tell you, that kid Josh Allen now,
he's been playing like a beast.
Looking good.
What he's doing ain't a fluke.
Yeah.
So based off of what he's doing, I gotta show him a little more respect than that. That kid, he seems like he's turned the corner. He looks different,
Diggs
man.
balling though. Diggs is getting the separation.
Diggs.
Away from
that young kid Davis, they got ballers all over the field.
But here's what's funny. Here's what's funny about the AFC East. You guys all agree that unless Cam can get something off, they may be able to go against him. But Miami is right behind them. Like everybody forgets about Miami. Nobody cares about Miami.
Yeah, they're 8-5. Yeah.
That's not my issue. My issue with that is they play Miami last game of the season. If Buffalo gets up 2 games, it won't make a difference because they're already up 2 games on them.
Well, what I'm saying is New England is not likely to do anything when you got Miami right behind them. It's Miami who will probably, give them a run for their money, give Buffalo the run for their money.
Yeah.
It's not likely.
So realistically,
Buffalo just needs to win
a game.
What'd you say?
So realistically, Buffalo just needs to win a game.
Right.
Yeah.
They won't be able to do
they just need a game.
Yeah, unless Miami beats them last game of the season, and then they got to win out themselves.
Let's see. We can figure it out actually.
Because Buffalo is 10-3.
Oh, okay.
Buffalo was to finish 11-5, and Miami wins out, beating Buffalo the last game of the season, then they will win the division probably.
Well, it really depends on who won the last game. Who won the last game?
Tiebreaker.
So then Miami's in a tough spot. I don't see them winning the division.
All right.
Like
so
Buffalo's got to lose out.
Yeah, Buffalo is 4-0 in the division, and Miami is 2-2. So
yeah, they're done. As far as the division is concerned.
Yeah, Buffalo has a tiebreaker. So
yeah, but they played the Jets twice.
Who plays the Jets twice?
Buffalo.
Look how he said it though. Look how he said it.
But Miami also has to play the Jets twice.
Damn.
I think
we played them already.
Yeah, I thought that was a close game. That was a close game.
That's not a diss to the Jets. What I'm saying is like, are you saying it like, well, they got easy games, but Miami has the same easy game?
No, he's talking about the schedule. Do we play them 2 times coming up or no? I don't understand how you said that.
About? I think Eric was just being an asshole.
Yeah, I just think he was on the Jaguars.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that Miami got to play the Patriots and Buffalo to finish out the season?
Right. Were you saying that the Bills have to play the Jets twice coming up, or are you talking about every year?
Talking about in the past. We were just talking about what I was talking about was how many wins Miami had. I assume that they had beat the Jets twice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is highly unlikely that Miami could catch the Bills. They just got too much of a lead in every way.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
And they already beat them head to head.
Yeah, they need the perfect storm to happen in order for them to catch them. That ain't going to happen.
Well, they're 2 games behind them, and there's 3 games to go. So they're not mathematically out of it. They can still do it. They can still do it.
Mathematically.
They mathematically can still do it.
Yeah, I just said it's highly unlikely.
But if they end up in a tie,
going to make the playoffs.
It's just such an ass. He's being an asshole. But Buffalo they're 4-0 in the division, so they likely will have the tiebreaker if they end up.
True that.
Yeah, they'll likely have the tiebreaker. You guys, Eric is being an asshole. That's really what this is.
I'm just in my comfort zone.
Right.
See, Chris is not saying much. So, Vic has the number 1 pick, so he's feeling good about his chances for the next couple of seasons. But Chris.
Well, look, before you switch over, since Eric throwing jabs at Vic, I might as well. The 5 teams that's already eliminated so far is the Texans, Chargers, Bengals, Jags, and Jets.
You bring that shit up. You would bring that shit up at a time like this, huh? It's like beating up the Joker. Because you can keep kicking Vic, and he's just laughing because he really wants that number 1 pick.
It's the best thing we could do is tank. I'm extremely happy.
I hope y'all pick a fucking punter with the number 1 pick. Just fucking
if anybody should be upset is you, because y'all winning meaningless games. And now your coach ain't gonna get fired. There ain't no way he's gonna get fired. So like that you can disagree all you want. I bet money he ain't getting fired.
Bring back Doug. Bring back
Doug. Bring back Doug. So if anybody should be annoyed, it's you. The worst case scenario is happening to your team.
Doug Peterson.
And I still don't think Jalen Hurts is a future number 1 QB. He's just a backup that's hot in the moment. I don't think he'll be a consistent 16-game starter in the league.
I've seen that quite a bit.
Nah, you being disrespectful.
No, that's actually a common sentiment. Like if you look out at a lot of the beat writers and stuff like that, quite a few of them are saying like Carson Wentz is still the answer. He's
still the baby goat. I'm not fucking going against Carson.
With Carson Wentz, I think this is one of the few times. Sometimes I think that the writers just need something to talk about, but I think this is one of the times where the salary cap and the money is really going to dictate how they pay him, how they play him.
I agree.
They have to play him. That's a lot of money to eat.
They have to play him. That's why I said this is the worst case scenario, because you're not really getting closure. What's happening is a coach is saving his ass. That's all this is. That's all that's happening right now. Doug, by benching Wentz and winning some games with Buddy, all he's doing is saving his ass.
No, yeah, he's saving his job. He's saving his own
himself
job.
another year. Yeah,
but
he saved his job.
I mean, the
y'all
negative
have the
out of
same
all
problem
this.
next year.
Well, that depends. If Jalen wins out, then absolutely he keeps his job. If Jalen wins 2 more games, he keeps his job. It depends on how it goes, though. It really depends on how these next games look. We're going off of 1 game, really.
There's no way they cut him. First of all, they can't.
They're not going to cut him.
No, quarterback.
That's
what I'm saying. The negative is Doug is he might keep his job. The positive is Wentz. Positive is for the first time. Well, Wentz already had pressure with Foles there, but now he's being in a competition. Even with Foles, they never made it a competition with Wentz and Foles. They're going to make it a competition between Jalen and Wentz now. And Wentz has this character that seems that everybody doesn't like, to be this popular diva girl. That's like the girl that runs stuff in high school. Then Jalen is the new pretty girl that everybody's gravitating towards. For some reason, the team doesn't like Wentz. I think that's been proven now. We know Alshon. We know Alshon Jeffrey doesn't like Wentz. We know that. I don't know if he just don't like gingers or what. But Alshon does not like Wentz.
I don't think Wentz lasts. I think there's a lot of shit that's happened in that locker room. I think that culture with Wentz is already fractured. They're going to have to find a way to get rid of him. Y'all going to have to draft a new quarterback because Jalen ain't the real answer long term. He's just hot right now. Once any coordinators get some really good tape on him, they'll shut his ass down. So y'all going to need a new quarterback. What Sanders said, his comments were
I was going to say about
powerful.
That. Yeah.
And what he said we finally got jabs.
Yeah.
He shitted all over Wentz. That's telling. If y'all don't know, what he said is Sanders basically said we finally got someone that can lead. We feel really good with him, blah, blah, blah. Like basically saying we finally got some leadership around here and on the field and on the locker room. Like he said some shit that he threw jabs. So like when your star players feel that way and openly talk like that, that's no bueno, man. That's no bueno.
Doug Peterson, if you're watching this show, there's always room for you as a quarterback coach in Kansas City.
And Doug Peterson, if you listening, run the motherfucking ball.
Come on.
Look what the fuck Sanders did, and you still won't let him run the ball fucking 20 times. Give him the ball, please. I just want to see it happen 20 times.
Andy Reid will welcome you with open arms, Doug. Come on back home. Alex Smith, come on back home and back up Mahomes. Come on back home.
But I think this helps Wentz. I think this overall helps Wentz.
Why would it help Wentz?
Because, like I said, I don't think he's never been pressed before. Now he has to change some things. If the rumors are true, like what everybody's starting to say about Wentz, like he just does what the fuck he wants, and that's how it is, then he has to change that, or he's going to be a backup.
Ooh.
No,
I think it's too late.
You're not putting $100 million quarterback.
It's too late for all of that shit.
I think you will.
They got to get rid of him.
I think you will. I think if Jalen wins out and plays extremely well in training camp, you have no choice but to start him.
So Vic, Dion, let me ask y'all a question. So if the Eagles decide to move forward with what Chris just mentioned, what are some good landing spots for Carson Wentz for next season?
Oh, who needs a quarterback next year? Carson Wentz. It'd be funny, but looks like the Jags need him.
That's just that would be horrible.
Why would that be horrible? They're trying to beef up their offensive line. They have injuries, but they get back on track. He needs an offensive line. He absolutely needs an offensive line.
Yeah, don't do that to Wentz though. I don't like the Jags.
I don't like the Jags either. The only reason I don't like it because I believe that I know this may sound strange, but I think that
maybe Chicago.
I think he's a big time mountain kid.
Chicago. I like that.
And he likes playing in cold weather. I don't think
I agree with that also.
Maybe Chicago.
I don't think he's going to excel putting him in the humidity down in Florida. It's not going to work.
Well, I don't know what does the humidity have to do with it?
Oh, trust me. It plays a big difference when you travel and playing football when you're used to certain environments. He's used to a colder winter, a colder fall. To put him in Florida the whole time and expect them to adapt to that shit, like it could be a disastrous year. It may take him a couple of years to actually adapt to playing in that shit the whole time.
What college did he go to?
North Dakota.
Well, I mean, he's playing 6 games at home, 6 on the road, so it may not be all that bad.
Yeah, but
you can't give them excuses like humidity.
But hold on.
I don't buy that shit.
Yeah,
he can only play. What is he, a fucking polar bear?
Those 6 games are those 6 away games are those 6 away games are in Washington D.C. And the other ones in New York and one's in Dallas. So
this year, so maybe that's his issue because this year we played the NFC West, so he had to play Seattle. He had to go to Seattle, the Rams. Are you saying that's what his issue is?
You'd be surprised.
I'm not really big on that kind of stuff. Me either.
Hey,
I'm not really big on that.
I will say this though. Here's where I'm at. Right. I don't think the Eagles benefit from Wentz doing this whole quarterback competition and then he wins out. I think that wouldn't help y'all because he beats Jalen, who's the backup. So fucking what? He's supposed to beat him, and then he goes out there and shits the bed again. Now his value is fucked. Now it's really hard to trade him if he comes into next year and shits the bed again, and now you're back in square one again. I think the smartest thing for y'all to do is gauge his value in the off season and go into the season and give Jalen the job, let him get fucking, like, give the kid the job, set him up for success, go draft a quarterback or whatever, you know, whatever you're going to do,
I think
and trade Wentz in the Wentz's value.
That's the best plan.
It's hard. It's hard to trade him this year. Yeah,
can't trade him. Who wants to pay? What team?
I don't think no team's going to do that.
Is willing? First of all, the Eagles have to be willing to eat what $30 some odd million in cap space. They got to be willing to do that first. Second, there has to be a team out there ready to pick up the remainder of that contract. Why would if I need a quarterback, why don't I just draft one or go get someone who's not as expensive? What team? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What team
how many
Cowboys, if they don't want to pay Dak. If Dak wants 45, pay Wentz 35. That's one.
No,
that's one.
They'll stick with Andy Dalton before they do that.
You can't go into the draft and find a quarterback who's had a season-long experience as much as Wentz had, been through as much turmoil. These are the things you want from a quarterback. This is when you know your quarterback.
John Elway.
Okay.
John Elway may say, you know what?
He's in an advantageous position if he can find a team that wants to sign him and extend him for a long period of time. So, unfortunately, like you said, Jacksonville would be a spot where he probably could get a contract, get on a team and get it extended for 3 or 4 years right out the gate. And they say, you know what, we're going to put our chips behind old Wentz. But I think that there's another possibility of him winding up in Indianapolis with his old offensive coordinator. So I think that's a strong possibility.
That's a possibility.
That's the best possibility. Outside of the Eagles, that's the best possibility.
He had a lot of success playing under Frank Reich. And I wouldn't think that Indianapolis is going to commit to Phillip Rivers long term, so it could be the right spot. We'll see.
Well, Phillip Rivers only did a 2-year deal.
2-year deal, right? And it was
that's a good spot. Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, so that's a good spot. I don't think the money is as bad as people think because
is, and that's
our number one quarterback is $30 million now.
Right, and Carson Wentz, right. So you have to be willing. Again, I think a key thing is the Eagles have to be willing to eat all that money. And the average team is just not going to be like, oh, well, we'll suck it up. Especially when the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think their salary cap is kind of pushing it. They're going to be over by
we fucked up.
Their salary cap is like screwed up right now. So they got to be willing to now carry that for the next,
Well, they're going to eat that, but look, they're going to eat that money for next year regardless of what they do.
Well, but at least if you have the body there, you
can benefit from it.
Yeah, but why eat it?
But they're getting something back. It's a trade. So if they're going to give them a number 2, if they're saying, we're going to, because think about it like this.
Give me some number 1.
Assets. Well, you're going to get assets, right? Hey, we're unloading this burden. We're going to eat this cap space. What are you going to give us? So
that's why I'm asking you guys, what team is willing to now take the $28 million a year salary plus all of his the sign-in bonuses that they would have to pick up and pay?
So that's why I say I think they could happen.
Those bonuses are paid already.
Yeah, but why pay him $32 million a year if that's the case? Why don't you just go get?
It may not average to that if he gets with a team.
Well, I'm looking at it.
Who's willing to trade and do an extension? So I think the key thing would be to do an extension.
He doesn't even have to do an extension because most of his money's already been paid. The first 2 years are typically front loaded.
That's not. Right? That's the thing. So his.
But what I'm saying is they don't have to pay a signing bonus. His new team doesn't pay him a signing bonus.
No, they do. you have to pick when you do a trade. You're picking up his contract. You're taking on the
But
contract.
the bonus has already been paid. The Eagles
But for
already
him,
paid
I'm
it. That's
looking
why
at
they
it.
have
Nick,
the
I'm
dead
looking
money
at
on their
it.
cap.
He still has about $6.5 million in a signing bonus that needs to be paid for 2022 and 2023. He's not a free agent until 2025. Remember, this is a
Right, but they'll
very
pay that. They're going to pay that.
plus you have to pay his salary on top of that.
No, it's baked
Not if a
in. I
team-
disagree
His
with
base
that.
salary. I'm
They're
looking
not
at it.
paying
His base
28 and a signing bonus.
that's his salary. That's his contract. His base salary for 2022 right now is 22 million. 23 is 20 million, and 24 is 21 million. That's his base
Right.
salary right now.
Right. Yeah.
So someone has to be willing to pick up that $60 million over the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And if
Yes.
So what I'm saying, Dion,
plus the
is-
signing bonus, right?
So my thinking is it has to be a team that is looking for a long-term quarterback solution. So if you're willing to trade, you must also be willing to extend the life of this contract so you can get some value out of it.
Right.
And I feel like you got screwed on the front end because, like you say, he's gonna have to make the 20-something odd million for the 3 years regardless, plus the signing bonus. But my thing is, I'm wondering who's responsible for the signing bonus after a trade.
Right. Well, as far as I know,
The Eagles are.
So the Eagles are screwed out of about $12 to $18 million regardless. You might as well trade him.
Keep him.
He has no value to you. You're not
That's
gonna,
not true. It's too soon
which
to say he
team
doesn't
is
have any value.
Which team would say, I'll take the contract and I'm going to give you my second or third round pick? Who does that?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but you could probably say the only place who would probably be willing to do that.
A team that needs a franchise quarterback and thinks they can
that's
fix
looking
it.
for a franchise quarterback. A team that says
How much longer is
how can we get one though?
How much longer is listen? There's a lot of teams in the NFL that would take the chance. Why? Because they need to fucking get fans excited and get people to want to fucking watch. So if they got for instance, when does here's an example. When does Cousins' contract expire?
Possible.
I don't know.
Possible.
Minnesota's could be a landing spot. Denver could be a landing spot if that kid Locke ain't panning out and they're not paying Locke shit because he's on a rookie contract. So Elway could say, you know what, we think we can fix Wentz. Let's bring him over here. They got the money to do it.
And they
need a quarterback.
They ain't spending no money on quarterback right now.
Exactly. So they could do that. Who else? There's about, I would say, 5 teams that could possibly do it. Not to mention, but the cap has gone up. Teams have fucking money.
Let me tell you who else.
Never say never.
Let me tell you who else is famous for making some shit.
Brock Osweiler's contract got traded.
Yeah, think about that. The fucking Las Vegas Raiders may wind up putting their name in the hat. I don't know if they're committed to going the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Carr's done. Carr is done there. Carr is done. He's not the future there, bro.
You know what I'm saying, like, I think Wentz is in a good position once you kind of look at the field a little bit. You say
he's not terrible in a terrible position at all. He's not.
Also,
yeah. Not. When you think about it, he's in a pretty good position. They almost did him a favor.
No, think about it like this though too. How bad does he want to get out? Because if he's sick of the culture and he's like, fuck this place, they don't appreciate me, he could go to another team and say, I'll renegotiate my fucking contract. Get me the fuck out of here. Now that shit's more desirable.
I think that's going to happen regardless.
He's going to add 2 years to it. Now they can spread that money out if he really wants that. But he has the leverage. He doesn't have to say yes. He can say, fuck you, no, and be a shit stain and sit right there. Because they can't cut him, they got to pay him.
I mean,
so he has all the leverage.
Plus, we jumping the gun.
No. This shit is all real. If he's going to Indianapolis and he says, send me to fucking Indy, I will restructure my contract tomorrow and help y'all with y'all cap. that'll help you. Then the Eagles may be like, oh shit. And all of a sudden that 3 years stretched out to a 5-year deal, everybody's happy, and they send him over a fucking, a number 1 or 2, whatever.
And also, Chris,
it could work out.
One thing we got to look at is history. How many times has a franchise quarterback been benched for a rookie and actually stayed on the team? Like, that shit don't happen.
Doesn't happen.
That ain't no shit.
I understand that, but we've seen Jalen Hurts play one NFL game.
Right.
And hopefully he plays.
But still, that doesn't mean that the Eagles wouldn't be willing to move on from Wentz, though.
I think if you start Jalen earlier in the season, you can have this conversation. But the fact they started him so late, it gives them a very small sample size.
I think it's worse now because I think the Eagles are saying, you know what? I'm fed up with Wentz. Put the fucking rookie in. Let's see what he can do before the year is out, so we'll know what kind of decision we need to make for a quarterback going into next season.
Well, the owners, he's fed up with Wentz, Doug, and Howie. So we all know Doug is trying to save his job right now, but everybody's fed up with everybody.
I mean, that's
so
fair.
nobody's safe.
Most people would try to save their job.
I think Wentz is going to want out. I think Wentz's agent is going to go to these people and be like, yo, y'all played yourselves. You shouldn't have benched him. Trade my fucking guy. You wanted to help him. You shouldn't have drafted a fucking quarterback at number 2. You should have got him a receiver, you fucking morons. Fuck y'all. Get my man out of here. Fuck you. That's what's going to happen.
And they changed the playbook for Hurts. So once again, just like they did for Foles, he even admitted it. He said with Wentz, he gives him free range to do whatever he wants, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. He didn't give Foles or Hurts that free range. He said, I'm gonna call this play, you run this play. Don't switch it up, don't do anything, run the play. And he talked about that, so I don't.
I can
well, I mean, that's what you do with a rookie. Rookie, ain't no rookie going to go in there and run their own shit. Yeah. So, I mean, that's to be expected. But what I'm saying is this. Don't underestimate how embarrassed Wentz is. And then the team
he's definitely,
shit.
He's definitely embarrassed.
What I'm telling you is this relationship is fractured. It's over. I don't think they're saving the relationship.
Yeah,
I think it's done. And I think for Philly's sake, if Philly's smart, you trade him in the offseason because his value is still high. Other coordinators, it's like a relationship. They're still going to see him 6'5", mobile. He had a bad year. They may be agreeing. Him like, yo, we think Doug ain't shit. We think Doug's overrated. We think he's better than what he really is. So because of that, teams may be motivated and say, hey, this is an opportunity to pounce on a franchise dude who's in a bad spot. We could take him, fix him, and fucking keep him moving. 28 mil, we'll fix that. That's the going rate for a start. Fuck, Dak wants 40. So think about it.
I think it all depends on how good or how bad Hurts looks. I think we keep overlooking that.
I disagree with that. I think that's past that. Listen, Hurts, you once you benched his ass, you pulled the trigger on all of that shit happening. You can't take that back. You can't take that back.
I think it depends.
You can fire Doug
next week.
If you fire Doug, it's taking that back. I think that's the only.
Who is he? It Hurts is starting next week, right?
Yeah, Hurts is starting next week. So I'm just saying in a scenario where let's say Hurts starts the rest of the season, which he should. I'm not arguing that. And he fucking shits the bed the rest of the fucking season, and Doug gets fired. I can see them sticking with Wentz. I can see that. And hopefully that's what happens.
You're so hell bent on Doug getting fired.
I can't stand Doug. Run the ball with Sanders. That's all I ask. If he ran the ball this season, I would honestly not be this hard on him. The fact that he does not run the ball, it kills me. It really does.
He's your offensive play caller?
Yes.
Oh.
I just don't see that happen.
His previous job.
And Jim should have been fired already. Jim Schwartz should have been fired already too.
It's strange.
I think that I agree with 1,000%.
When he didn't do that at his previous job, I just find that strange. Doug is great at making plays. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else should have absolutely been calling the plays for Doug. He didn't do it in Kansas City. I don't know what makes him feel like he should be doing it now. He's great at creating the game plan. That's what Andy Reid always touted about Doug Peterson. He creates a great game plan for us to follow. Now he's calling the plays. He's out of his element. Come on back home.
And it shows. And it shows.
Well,
Yeah, get the fuck out of Philly, nigga.
all
I
right.
know what happened when coaches leave Philadelphia and come to Kansas City, baby. They win.
Same
Let's
thing
go.
the players do when they leave Philly.
Next question.
All right. So wrapping it up, we got to pick the Thursday night game. Chargers at Raiders. Who y'all got?
I'm gonna let y'all go first because whenever we pick the same, it's the wrong choice. So I'm gonna let y'all go first, and I'm gonna say
Really? I'm going with the Raiders. I just feel like that's the obvious choice.
Who's the home team?
Raiders.
Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Chargers here.
I
They're
will.
under a lot of
take the Raiders, Eric.
Raiders are under a lot of pressure. It's a
Yes,
must
they
win
are.
for them.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm picking the Chargers. They are equally.
That's your reason.
Anthony Wynn is equally under a lot of pressure. He too is fighting for his job. He needs to finish very strong with his rookie quarterback.
He's already lost his job.
I think that Herbert, he's at least auditioning for another job. I think that Herbert is going to outplay Derek Carr. I think the Raiders are going to do what they always do. When they need to win, they lose. And when it doesn't really matter, that's when they use.
So do the Chargers, though.
That's true too. So we'll see though. I think the Chargers are probably a better team, and I expect the Raiders to lose. So
You
I think they are a better team.
I don't think so.
yeah, the Raiders got 7 wins. They'll probably finish 8-8. That's where the Raiders have been for years.
Yeah, I still pick the Raiders, but I definitely think the Chargers have a better roster.
So why do you guys think that they have a lot of pressure? If they're
Who, the Raiders?
The Chargers.
Oh, I don't think they have a lot of pressure.
Well, I think,
No, not the Chargers.
I think Anthony Lynn has a lot of pressure on him. Like Vic said, he knows he's probably on his way out the door, but he needs to make a lasting impression.
Does he deserve to be on his way out, you guys think?
I mean, a lot of people say that he make a lot of stupid personnel decisions as far as who's playing and who's not, and that if he would have did some things a little earlier.
Clock management too.
They said the clock management and personnel, starting this person over that person has hurt his tenure there. So we'll see.
Sound like it might be a lot of coaches that's getting fired this offseason.
In my opinion, and I've seen some Chargers games, he's a coordinator, man. It's just that simple. Similar to like Doug said, like he can create plays and do things, but in game, he's just not good. He's not good in game. Think about it like this. They've lost like 8 or 9 one-score games.
And
he's not good enough. Not good in the fourth quarter, giving up leads, and has elite quarterback play. Like, dog, you're supposed to be better than that with elite quarter. Like what he got with Buddy, that kid was balling, and just clock management, not running the ball, like just weird stuff, bro. Just weird stuff.
I think a lot of people just get a pass because of COVID this year.
I think Gruden's gonna outcoach him. Bottom line.
That's the one thing that might save a lot of people fucking job this year. They might just.
I think it will.
Which is a very valid point. It really is. Even though I won't Doug on. Let's be clear. But COVID is a very valid point.
It is a valid point. But what's also a valid point is what you put on tape. Because COVID is COVID. But it's how you lose, too. If you lose in terrible fashion, if the tape is just fucking way uglier than it should be, then motherfuckers are going to can you.
Like on 13 ugly?
Like fucking exactly.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
when you put 0-16 on tape, you got to go. You just got to go.
How Eric just looking down on us, like you just leaning back to make sure you look down on us, like
that's that asshole.
You don't even know how I feel like to lose, huh, you motherfucker? I hope you trip.
Well, I think
even when they're down, if you guys notice, he makes posts that are arrogant. Like his posts are arrogant. Even
It
when they're
should be.
behind, even when
It
they're
should be.
behind.
Because he knows when he's baiting them dudes that are gonna do what I
Right.
did last week and be like, "There, go. That's what he wants. He's setting traps." I know what he's
Hey
doing.
Chris, how many wins y'all got this year so far?
We got 4.5 down.
Oh, and how many does Dallas have?
4.
Damn, that's pretty sad, y'all. Hopefully next year it'll be more competitive. This shit sucks.
Yeah.
We win in the Super Bowl next year. Maybe
Yeah,
this year Jalen do a miracle. Jalen make a miracle, we win in the Super Bowl.
There's
Shit.
only 8 wins amongst y'all 3 teams. That is
The whole damn NFC East has
Damn,
what?
that
8
is crazy.
plus 5 is
Crazy
13,
shit,
plus
yo.
6 is 19. So the entire NFC East has
Oh,
like
shit.
19.
Damn, 8
That's terrible.
It's pathetic.
Between
That's
between us
cool.
3 teams, 8 wins.
But
That's
next
crazy.
year,
8.5.
out of us 4, we'll have the second best quarterback out of all 4 of us.
No, you won't.
We'll have a franchise quarterback while y'all motherfuckers whole shit's in limbo. So you can laugh at the 0-16 now, but we're gonna go and get our guy while you motherfuckers are figuring out what the
Vic,
fuck
this
you're
is
gonna do
what
with the
you're doing.
albino and the
When you
backup running back.
when you
Quarterback.
keep hoping this college guy is gonna be what you think he is, this is what you're doing. You're wishing because you don't know. You
They
have
gotta
no
get him
idea.
first. They got to get him.
Don't
Don't
wish it.
matter. Don't matter. Don't matter. I believe. I have belief that he's the guy.
From 0-16 to 2-14,
Don't-
you're gonna make it happen.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
Shit, I gotta do something. But we won. We on a winning streak. So hey, go Jalen. I'm with you, my guy. But it is what it is.
It's always fun, guys. Always fun.
It's always fun, man. Always fun when we talking football anyway.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
And make sure to check your pick'ems, man. Shit, I got close. If I didn't miss them first 2 weeks, I would have won. If I didn't miss them first 2 weeks, I would have won. I think I'm in 5th place or something. 5th or 4th place.
I'm in hiding.
Wishful thinking, my brother. Wishful
I'm in hiding in the Pick'em League. I'm in hiding.
Hey,
Derelict.
before we get out of here, I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas,
Absolutely.
Happy Hanukkah. What's the other one? Kwanzaa. All the winter
What's the other one?
holidays.
These pagan holidays.
All these pagan holidays. The solstice. Whatever y'all celebrate, man. Do it responsibly and safely. We love y'all. See y'all next week. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, share, and comment. We love to engage with you guys. Till next time, Arrogant Underdogs.
Sound like a preacher. Man.
I sound like a preacher. Well, let me
And celebrate your holiday with some tequila. Shit. I had to say something bad. You sounded so positive.
let me let you ride out.
That's what I'm drinking.
Feliz